In this video, I'll talk about 6.5 minutes of useless information about the first Portal game that you'll probably immediately forget about if you don't develop brain rot in the process. In test chamber number 8, if you no-clip out of bounds, you can find this odd red orb that when you get close to it, it doesn't like your camera. In case you didn't know it, in chamber 10, these portal walls only move after you look at them, but if you were to no-clip and get to the other side without looking at them and then looked at them, they won't move. By no-clipping out of the elevator at the end of any chamber, we can see that the elevator actually moves up and doesn't just teleport us like most games. The physics on this fan kinda glitch out, and if you stand in the right place, will spin you around. The model of these pipes in the water here don't extend all the way to the ground. In the secret compartment behind chamber 16, there are these black cubes, and if you manage to get one to the Emancipation Grill, it gets destroyed. Inside of these rooms in chamber 11, the walls don't have textures. You can glitch out the game here a bit if you place down the wrong portal. In chamber 15, these red orbs show up again, except now there's 3 of them and it looks like some sort of spout along with them. There is a command within Portal that allows you to spawn hairballs. They don't do anything but will zip around the room. The grate covering the void here disappears if you look at it in the right way. Also, you can stand on it if you wanted to. If you hold up anything in between you and the sights of this turret, it won't lock onto you or shoot. Occasionally, when the radio is destroyed, you can hear what sounds like it screaming in pain. If you no-clip out of this chamber, you can find these 2 monitors that look like they just have random gibberish scrolling on their screens. But if you look close enough, you can find ingredients to a recipe. These ingredients are the same thing that the cake course says during the GLaDOS boss fight.
Granulated sugar, 2 cups all-purpose flour. Don't forget garnishes such as fish-shaped crackers, fish-shaped candies, fish-shaped solid waste, fish-shaped dirt.
If you're fast enough on this ramp, you can skip using a portal. The player can't normally open this door, but you can, however, break the lock. Regardless, this doesn't allow you to open it. If you no-clip through this door in chamber 14, it'll blow up. In chamber 18, this room is missing its floor texture. When holding a radio, if you stick it through a portal, the sound will no longer appear in front of you, but wherever the portal comes out of. At this point in the game, it is incredibly easy to glitch yourself out of bounds and soft lock yourself. As a preventative measure so that the player doesn't lose the cube, you cannot throw the cube up onto this ledge in chamber 17 before at least 2 of the platforms have been raised. You can see this in full effect if you no-clip the cube further back and then let go. Standing here on these cubes can have disastrous outcomes. During this final section of the game, right before the GLaDOS boss fight, you can find some pretty interesting stuff out of bounds. You can find both ending scenes. One where you're on the surface and accompanied by not one GLaDOS, but two, a radio and a can of beans. In the other one, you can find the room full of cores and the cake. There's not much you can do in this room, but you can move the cube around. One interesting thing of note is that both of these sections have collision, even though they technically wouldn't need it. Despite there being the sound of a radio in this ending corridor, I wasn't able to find it myself. Putting the cube on the table for this final ending cutscene breaks the cutscene and softlocks the game. While tedious, you can screw up the first ending cinematic by getting a cube and placing it right in the middle of the two GLaDOSes. At the end of the GLaDOS boss fight, if you're standing in this room, after she dies, you're pushed out of it and then pulled up.